What's going on? It's lineage first, never second. Please join. Listen to the conversation. Freedmen Street. Co-host Lorenzo Washington. Host Antonio Thomas. Lineage first. Join the movement. Join the organization. Don't get caught lacking. Peace. Hey, what's going on, family? Hope everybody is doing well. I'm finna have I'm just gonna make a little submission, a little discussion about, what went on this past weekend. So, other people are already joining in and talking, and really feeling they not got the need to talk because they have skin like us. But if you don't have our ethnic background, you really need to be quiet. And this is why we delineate. And this is why you probably hear a lot of stuff that people may say and it may feel a certain way because a lot of us don't understand what delineation is. But you soon will. But let's listen to a little bit of what Candace Owens is talking about. And I may stop it and break down and talk and say a little bit something and reply to things that she is saying. But this need to be dissected and broken down from our perspective. All right? Let's check it out.
Of course, as I have said since the beginning of time, there are mistakes that police officers are human beings. There are mistakes that happen, and the idea that now you're going to use this situation and all the usual suspects are already involved, we know that Attorney Crump is already involved, to then try to make Black Americans believe that this happened simply because she was Black.
Hold on. Our history is dictating whether we believe whether this incident happened simply because she was Black. Let's make something perfectly clear. People try to understand or sweep our history up under the rug as if we didn't come out of slavery with specific human beings being suppressed by another group. Multiple groups that banded together and call themselves whites. And now these groups are in our communities at a high rate doing a job that don't supposed to be a job, because this situation can mean life or death for us as Black people. This is why we had that no snitching culture that really got uprooted or deep rooted into our society or our culture, because the non-trust of the police department or law enforcement. Whenever you have two white police officers come into a Black household or a Black community, you're looking for something to go wrong. Because there's no situation, there's no training, there's no education that you can get that can pull that type of hatred, racism, and bigotry out of a person, especially when they put a badge on. Now you beholding these people. They should never be in our community. If I'm in a 90-some% Black community, the reason why I'm there because I don't want to be around individuals that can potentially be harmful to me, my people, or children. And if that's too much to ask, then these individuals need to not to be around us, period. Or we need to create our own policing like they did, which they had the FBI or CIA come in our community to destroy them, a.k.a. the Black Panthers. But I digress. Let her finish.
Is pointedly ridiculous. So I am saying to Black Americans today, do not take this bait. Yes, what happened in this situation, I think he's going to have a very hard time, this officer, saying that he absolutely felt so threatened by boiling water that the only solution was for him to mindfully say, I'm going to shoot you in the face, and that's what he did. I think that's going to be a very steep hill to climb. But the reaction from Black America cannot be exactly what they want. There is a reason that whoever is in control of Joe Biden's account instantly tweeted about this, okay? It's because they think we're stupid. They think we're emotional. They think that we always respond illogically and emotionally, and that it's an easy way for them to shore up votes by saying, oh, look, forget that we've destroyed everything around you and that we got you to burn down your neighborhoods, burn down your neighborhoods in 2020, and then obviously stole a bunch of money because none of that money actually went to making your neighborhoods better. And
let's talk to what she really talking about. We didn't burn down our neighborhoods. We burned down other people who had property in our neighborhoods, which that property will be invested or revitalized because you gave those people their insurance and they went somewhere and fixed up, or they living good right now. But the properties that's there, that's not making money, that's not giving taxes to the community that will build up the community, you should be selling it to the people in the community if other people don't want it. You used to have these programs on where they sold a property for $1 if it's sat there for a little bit of time, and then they sell it so it wouldn't be a blight or people wouldn't break into it, or it made and it couldn't drive the property value down. But they stopped doing that for us. Right through other people communities, other people areas, and you don't see these abandoned houses and businesses not here. If nobody else don't want to come, let us have the buildings and do what we need to do with it for our own community. Why are you not doing it? And that's not the Republicans doing that. That is Democratic people, Democratic aldermen, Democratic congressmen, statesmen that's surrounding our communities that's not doing that. It's not giving us an investment or letting it be a free-for-all for us to go in there and do what we have to do to build up our own community. Why is that not happening?
So now those communities are desolate. Forget all of that, because look, another video, and this means racism is back, and vote for us because we're going to show you how emotional we are. That's exactly what Joe Biden did. He tweeted this on the heels. He wrote, Sonia Massey, a beloved mother, friend, daughter, and young Black woman, should be alive today. Sonia's death at the hands of a police officer reminds us that all too often Black Americans face fears for their safety in ways many of the rest of us do not. Sonia's family deserves justice. I am heartbroken for her children and family as they face this unthinkable and senseless loss. Jill and I mourn with the rest of the country, and our prayers are with Sonia's families, loved ones, and community during this devastating time. Okay, again, going to say here, this happened in Springfield, Illinois, that the only reason whoever is in control of his account is putting that out there is because too many Black Americans are turning toward Trump. They think too many Black Americans are catching on to the Democrat scam, and so they scan every one of these situations and they leave out the hard facts. And the hard facts are that if you examine this just based on a percentage rate, white Americans unarmed are more likely to be shot and killed by police officers in mistakes, shot and killed by police officers in these correspondences than Black Americans.
Hold on. You know what I'm saying? See, the statistics may support that, but it's one situation or variable that they don't even be talking about. These are two white people getting shot by another white person. This is two white people shooting a Black person. So you cannot compare or conflate those numbers together. Now, only thing you can compare is there are two Black cops killing a Black person. Let me see those numbers compared to two white cops killing a white person. That you will see the stark differences when it comes to the numbers. So stop playing games with us. This is what happens when you have people that want to speak for us who's not from our ethnic group. Yes, ma'am, I know you are not an American freedman woman.
That is a fact. It is an inescapable fact. There's no way to examine the statistics and not come out with that understanding, okay? And they don't want you to know that. There's never been a time ever on his timeline where he has shared anything about a white person being killed unarmed by a police officer because it doesn't feed their narrative. So stand up to this, okay?
And it's another thing, but I don't care for Joe Biden, and one thing she did have right is when he said handlers, whoever wrote this, because we know he didn't write this, because from his record, we was the criminals and the people that we may rape or kill his mama, that he don't want us around here, and he don't care how it started. All he want to do is lock these people up. Now all of a sudden he got compassion. Only way I could really say that he probably think he got compassion is because he got Alzheimer's or something and he can't remember his racist past and who they are. It seems like people revert, just like they used to always say, you start off as a baby boo-booing on yourself, you get older and all that, then you're going to revert back to a child. It's like he reverted back to a child. And that's regrettable. He stayed here, he did his time. A lot of people got him up in there, but he can't do the things that he used to do because of old age. And for them to string him out and have him still running in the front, because he came out and he did say he was only going to do one term. So they forced him to do the second term because they didn't have no other viable option to run against Trump.
And all you have to do is be mentally forthright. Do not fall for the scam. Do not run out of your house. Do not burn down your neighborhood in Springfield, Massachusetts. Instead, demand that Joe Biden make an appearance and let us know who has been in control of the White House all of this time. Because that is what this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be a red area.
Now let's check out what happened on this regrettable night, because it was very regrettable. So we're going to take a peek at zoom in time what really went on.
Drop the fucking pot! Shots fired! Drop the fucking pot! Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the fucking pot! Fucking drop the fucking pot! Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the fucking pot!
Now, as you can clearly see, no, he wasn't blind, that woman did not even have no pot in her hand. She dropped the pot. But yeah, he said that crazy stuff. She said, "In the name of Jesus, I rebuke you." That must have touched his satanic spirit and sent him off. This is why these people cannot be in our community. And a lot of people say, "Oh, that sounds racist." These people. Yes, I'm going to say these people because we're not the one who's evaluating them. We're not the one who's giving them jobs. We're not the one putting badges on them, sending into a black community, knowing damn well that we have a racist undertone from our government and that we always been treated a certain way because of our history in this country, not because we black. So when people be saying, "Oh, well, every black person get treated this way," no, it depends on the area that you at and the lineage that you have. Since we have a different lineage and we stay in a different area, it's easy to target us in that way and know who and what type of person you are targeting, especially when you come into our communities. So they know the difference, especially by statistics and doing evaluations that comes from the census. You just go to a certain way, these type of people live here. That's the purpose of doing it. But on the flip side of the census, the reason why you should have it is knowing, like, okay, we can't make this area 73% white in a police stations because these incidents are going to start and we're going to have a high rate of people going to jail and getting locked up because of their biased tendencies that they may have and racist tendencies. And that's what happened. This is why we have a high rate of incarceration. If we switch and force the structure of our police to having to reflect the community, then if I'm in a 93% black neighborhood, then at least 80% of my police force in that neighborhood should be black and living from that community. Instantly, crime will go down. The rate of money and support will go up because those jobs and investments, and they will have homes, and they will have families, and it will stabilize itself. That goes for the fire department too. Fire department is even at a higher rate. I think the fire department is damn near at 82%. And they in our communities, and those are jobs that we could have, be at home with our families, and that be showing our children and our group that we are one in the same in cohesion on making our community grow. Those are two simple changes they can make. And they know if they make them changes, other things gonna go farther. Just like the teachers. Teachers in our communities should be from the ethnic group that they are teaching. So if you want to do all this DEI and all these people of color and all that, if you want to do that, you got to make the community reflective of the institution that it supports. Ain't no way you should have say we have diversity and inclusion, and your schools you having all these type of people, but in the community is only one specific group. This is why we delineate.
I'm not taking hot boiling water to face.
I think I will ask God why for the rest of my life. And never will I come to understand it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Now, I know everybody on TikTok is talking about the tragic unaliving of Sonia Massey by the police in Springfield, Illinois. But did y'all know that her 4-year-old cousin, Terrell Miller, was also unalived by police in March? In fact, the day after Sonia Massey's body cam footage came out, it was announced that the police officer that shot and unalived Terrell Miller was not going to be facing any charges or discipline. They are using Sonia Massey to cover up this announcement.
That's something some of us may not know.
Police say, we don't trust the police, we're scared of the police.
So a friend of mine in the United States was called in for jury duty last week, and we were talking during the break in the session where they were deciding which people were going to be chosen and which ones weren't. And one of the questions that my black friend was asked to determine if they were equipped to sit on a jury was whether or not they felt that they could trust the testimony of a police officer. The case was a murder case, and the defendant was a black man.
All I have to say right now is we need to close our borders in our communities. And what that means is it needs to be reflective of us. When it comes to the judicial system, we should only be getting judged in the community that we in. When a person commits a crime, they shouldn't be sent into the suburbs in another part of the city. You don't see no white people when they commit a crime getting sent to our neighborhoods to be judged or tried. Just think about that. We got some work to do, people. Peace.